we're live there, but not here. Okay, now we're live on both. Hi everyone. We just wait for some people to get on onto the live stream. Hello, Robin.
How you doing?
Very cool. I'm good. So yeah, I think it's time that we spoke a bit about whiskey. We've been we've been talking about distilling and malting and barley, but whiskey's the end goal. And so let us know what you're drinking at home. Hopefully it's Kilhoman. But yeah, let us know where you are, what you're drinking, where you're drinking it, if you're enjoying it. And yeah, we're going to ask some questions to Robin. But first of all, I was going to say a few words about Amburric. And you can say a few words about Amburric.
Wow.
Were you around when Amburric?
I was around when it sort of had the wee mixture.
Yeah. So Amburric is a bottle. This is a limited edition release which went live today. We had a small number of bottles on our website. They are now sold out, but there are bottles on the way, or they have already arrived with retailers all across Europe and further afield. It's certainly on the way. So whilst it is sold out on our website, there is plenty on the way. And this is Amburric is a Gaelic word for a mess.
Beep up.
A cock up. A mess up. We say, probably can't say that, can we? No, it's a mess up.
Mess up.
No. And this it was an accident, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You want to tell people sort of how this came to be?
You had Maccabee in one tank and Port Release in the other tank, and there's two valves that joined the two tanks together, and one was left open and equalised. So I had a wee mixture of Maccabee and port and port. So then we put it back into casks to further on the maturation. So it's
lovely. It's a combination of the port maturation and Maccabee, essentially. They came together by accident, hence the Amburric. Because when it first happened, it was a mess. But yourself and my father, you put it back into casks. It's really come along now. Yeah, and it's got lots of red fruits, real nice.
Put it into port cask. It was put into port cask.
Okay, nice. Just at the end there, wasn't it? So
yeah,
into the bourbons and then finishing the port. Yeah. It's lovely. It's got a really nice. You can probably pick it up, maybe. It's got a sort of coppery, reddish colour to it from the port. Yeah. Anyway, small number of bottles of that will be available around the world. So hopefully you can get your hands on one of those, especially if you didn't manage to get our face bottling. But we've had lots of questions coming in about the clip, about the distillation process that we have at Kilhoman. I'm going to fire through them. There's quite a lot.
Is it? Oh no.
You got to get back. Someone manning the sills.
Sorry, I left it just crap. Get back to it.
Good. So,
yeah.
Are you still using soup spoons in the mash tun? That was the first one.
Yeah, well,
do you want to explain, like,
when I came to go home, they had the soup spoons there.
But what do the soup spoons do?
I think mainly for the second and third water, because obviously the first water you're mixing it through the milk from the fish.
It's sort of like a main flow, isn't it?
Yeah, through the algae bit there. So when we put the second water on, it was just jets, and it was just sort of wasn't getting spread around the sort of stuff in the mash tun. So the help with spoons, you turn it like that in the water, so it hits off and sprays around.
Yeah. Do you know what? I came up with that.
Did you?
Yeah. I remember during my apprenticeship in the still house with Malcolm Rennie, when I'm a terrible stillman. I get very easily distracted. But yeah, we were having trouble dispersing the water, and so I went and got a spoon from the cafe, bent it around, and then when I came back like 4 years later after university, they were still there. Yeah.
The only thing we improved on the new side, when we put spoons on the new side, is we put stainless steel Jubilee clips.
Yeah.
The other side didn't have stainless steel, so the Jubilee clips rusted.
Rookie. Okay, next question. Will the new stills be used only for the unpeated whiskey in the future?
No, because we'll be using it for peated, Kilhoman, unpeated, what we're using at the moment, Colomina and Hotel and peated.
Yeah.
So we're using it for all three.
Because we've got the two sides of the still house now.
Yeah.
So we didn't manage to show it too much in the live. Sorry, not the live, in the video there, because we're having some work done. But there's the two sides. Two pairs of stills, two mash tuns.
The old side is just going to be Hotel, and the new side will do 100% and Hotel.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that gets linked in with the warehouse receivers.
But the idea is that it's the equipment's the same, and the spirit should be very, 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 very similar.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit more because we have to remove non-peated out of to make room for the peated stuff.
Yeah. And the question saying, is it an optical illusion, or are the condensers different sizes?
They are different sizes.
Yeah.
On both sides, exactly. Yeah. It's the spirit stuff is a lot smaller than the wash stuff.
Yeah. What yeast is used, and what is the fermentation time?
Currently using dried yeast.
Yeah, but we change around a bit, don't we?
Well, predominantly up to now has been Maori pressed, but due to the lockdown and that, we bought in a load of dried yeast. So when we started up again, we had access to yeast.
Yeah, because it's you just need to store it in, in a cupboard, can't you?
Yeah, I mean it's got a shelf life of 2 years.
Whereas the paste or the pressed yeast it needs to be refrigerated and it has a shelf life.
It's got a shelf life. Yeah. And the results are pretty similar. Anyways, the dried yeast may have been a little bit more fruitier.
Yeah.
But then it takes a bit more time for it to get started in the wash bags.
And then the fermentation times?
Our longest is about 96, our shortest is about 70. So our average is 80, 85.
85.
Yeah, 80. So we'll say about 80. And that gives us that secondary fermentation.
There was a question about how the dry yeast affects the flavour profile. As you said, it's slightly lighter.
Slightly lighter and fruitier, yeah.
And then a question about the cuts. So what are our cut points? So the middle, the heart of the spirit run, yeah. So
from the start, we have 5 minutes flow shots. That gets rid of all the undesirable alcohol that we don't want. Then we go on spirit, which will be start of our cut, which is about 76%. But then goes all the way through then for a cut at 65.5%.
Which is it's a high cut, isn't it, in comparison to most?
In comparison to it. But then, we're collecting that nice, light, clean, fruity sort of meaning over after.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, and now I'm switching to my phone because Catherine and my brothers are sending them in. Here we go. Why does the mash tun have a copper lid?
Well, good question.
Is it because of the expansion contraction?
Maybe as well to keep because you really want to keep that mash tun as hot as possible.
Yeah.
So you don't. So you keep it as hot as I guess. For looks probably, and I reckon maybe to keep the heat in as well.
Okay, it looks nice.
Yeah, that's what's it. Really nice. And but you get the sides are insulated as well. Keep the heat in.
Is it right that you fill the casks at 63.5% alcohol?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, 60.5. Well, we do anyway.
Yeah. It goes back to kind of. Well, when I've heard my dad talk about it, he says, it gives the whiskey a bit of a kickstart. But that specific 63.5 is a sort of standard filling strength across the industry, isn't it?
Yeah, some do stronger. But I mean, you just even I suppose a bit stronger when you do get down to bottling it. Down the line, it will have a stronger strength.
We have filled some casks with a high strength.
Why is that 62%? It should be 56.
The day after I came up with the spoon idea for the mash tun, I was filling casks. I was given a sheet of paper to fill the casks, and it had this sort of the maths on how to reduce the whiskey from sort of late 60s or 70s to
60, 70, 69
down to filling strength. And I've never been very good at maths, hence why I worked for my father. And I just got it completely wrong. I filled the cask at 68% or something. Anyway, you tasted those, yeah?
Yeah,
they'll be in the warehouse here. I'm sure they're delicious.
Yeah, that's where they come. It'll be a good single cask, anyway.
Okay, right. Why do you install the condensers inside the still house? Wouldn't it be better to situate them outside because of energy consumption? I think maybe he's saying it's maybe cooler outside, so if you're cooling in the condensers.
I think that's only for warm tubs, really.
Yeah, I mean we're using cool water, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because
we're using a cooling
yeah.
tower, so it's actually not condensed outside. The cooling apparatus is outside.
Yeah.
The cooling
it's just
tower.
that spirit, yeah. So the water comes from outside, doesn't it?
The water does come from outside.
Exactly.
Cooling is done outside, and they're just inside the stills.
And then with the new upgrades, are there any thoughts to going for a 100 plus, a peating level of over 100 ppm?
It is in the pipeline, I think, doing a heavier peated.
I guess it'll maybe just be a trial run.
Yeah, it's going to need to run the fire for longer.
Yeah.
When we do run it, I think Derek said that 9 or 10 hours we'd run it, we do the peating. We'd probably have to maybe double it. We'd have to do a bit of trial.
But I guess there's no harm in, because we're not trying to pump out a totally homogeneous product every single time. Maybe we'll do a 2-day peating, maybe we'll do a 10-day peating.
And now we've got the infrastructure in the bins. Before we only had 2 bins, and you couldn't do much with 2 bins. Now we've got that extra bin that does help.
So we've got extra capacity to hold the barley,
to keep different products separate.
Yeah.
Before we only had 2, we couldn't really keep them separate.
And is there a Maccabee cask strength in the future?
Well, I think isn't the tour?
Yeah, we've done some like when we've done these tours. We actually had a tour, planned this autumn to go through autumn or spring even, to go through Europe, but for obvious reasons.
The tours are usually under
that's cancelled.
strength.
Yeah, so we normally bottle a tour bottling at cask strength, but sadly that won't happen this year. I heard there's a different function for the first still and the new still. What was it? I think the new still house and the old still house. And there's some new pieces of equipment, mainly the cleaning in situ and maybe the controls.
So we've got CIP cleaning in the new side. Also, we have automatic warps cooler, which keeps the warps at 20 degrees or whatever we set it to. Whereas the old side, it was more hands-on, keeping that warps, which is quite important, keeping that warps at the right temperature. If it gets out of hand, that's when you start killing your yeast and stuff like that.
So the changes are really to make life a bit easier for you guys.
I mean,
it's still hand controls, isn't it?
Yeah,
but it enables you to be a bit more accurate.
So we've got a lot of sensing that for temperatures and pump speeds, liquid speeds, and that sort of stuff. Which we might implement on the new side, the automatic water temperature.
Okay.
Anthony will bang on.
Just got to ask. Keep asking, it'll eventually give in. I understand that in the process you recycle the foreshots and the feints, but I have never understood how many times you would recycle and whether by doing so you alert or you change the character of the main cut. So do those foreshots and feints just go round and round and round, and does that affect the character? It's quite a technical question, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think it gets to a stage where when it goes round, sort of get the feints after you have the foreshots, when it goes back into the feints receiver, and you put it back into the still again. Yeah. You are pumping some of that out to effluent.
Some of it goes. So look, every run there is a bit that goes away.
And you find that will get removed by the still, even the copper, and will remove some of the impurities as well.
And there's a question about the barrel end tip, and why some of them are different colours. I think some of them are, maybe the back of the cask there, but then we do paint some of them white, so there's some white ends there.
Yeah, I like painting, I just love it.
I just love to paint the barrel.
I love painting this one.
So is there any colour coding?
So ones that are just stenciled, they're usually fresh barrels to us.
So stenciled just on the wood.
Yeah.
So there's barrels behind you there.
Yeah, like that one. That's fresh barrel that comes to us.
Yeah.
Then for our second refill, we painted blue.
The second.
No, sorry, for us, for refilling it again.
So the Kilhoman ones here, these are refills.
Yeah, these ones, these will be a refill.
Yeah, so we've used it once.
Yes, we refill it again. White is our Kilhoman malt.
Okay.
And the blue stripe around it is a refill of Kilhoman malt.
Okay, right.
So yeah, and it's a good way of distinguishing when you go into a warehouse, especially when you're doing batting or something. It's good to distinguish between 100% and malt.
It's interesting because I've always listened to people talk on things, and they've said, "Oh, I know certain casks in the warehouse, I know every cask," and I thought, "What a load of bull! Like, come on, you know." Really. But then actually, when I talked to you, you spend a lot of time in here, don't you? So you kind of know.
You do get to know if someone's like, "Oh, so I know what that is."
Yeah.
Sample for many times.
And then there was a question about the Ambura.
Oh.
And was the original combining of the macadamia and the port, was that your fault?
No, it wasn't my fault.
Are we allowed to name and shame?
I don't.
No, probably not. No, we won't.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
So it's your name, but not you.
Hey, it worked. It worked out, didn't it? So all's well that ends well. And there's apparently lots of questions about the casts, but the casts are the next topic that we're going to move on to. So I think we've had all the questions. If there are any more questions coming in, please do ask them. And between the sort of, there's one more.
Why choose stainless steel over wood for fermentation?
Yeah. So why stainless steel washbacks?
It's hidden. I think it's easier to clean. So much easier. You know, it's.
To me, yeah.
You know where you're starting from. Yeah. You clean your washback out and you fill it. It's only in there for between 60 and 90 hours. Don't think that amount of time wood will have much influence.
I think you could. I mean, my thoughts on that, and probably people aren't interested in their expert opinion, but I reckon we put them in because we want to be able to change things.
Yeah.
So if we're trying a different yeast variety, we want to swill that out,
and
we want to test that yeast variety. We don't want residues from the previous ones, you know. So there's that element, but then also, well, that's the main element.
That's the main
really.
Because I mean, I've been to some distilleries that do have stainless steel, but then they clad them in the wood. I mean, they look really nice.
They have deeper pockets than we do.
But they're still stainless steel, and the reason was, I think, when you speak to them, it was like, easier cleaning, and, like you mentioned there, exactly, clean slate every time.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay. Well,
you can get back to the still house now.
Yeah.
We're running on a bit of a skeleton crew, aren't we? So you've been in bottling a bit, haven't you? Yeah. And then someone sticks a microphone.
Come on.
Talk about something. But thanks very much. I think everyone really enjoyed the insight into the distillation. But the next one we're gonna head to is my father. He's gonna be in the warehouse at Kilhoman talking about casks and educating me a little bit. He always enjoys that. And that will be at 3 o'clock. Again, if you're gonna be watching that one, please comment as the video is playing, and then we will address those questions straight away when we do the Q&A with my father straight after his video as well. So we will see you at 3 o'clock for my father.
Slange.
Now I need to swap.